Hey guys, Coach Alex here over at Evinco. I wanted to talk to you guys again, just kind of about our programming for this week and what we've got going on, as well as touch base with you on where your gains are happening now, where they're not happening, see what we can fix, what we can adjust to help you ultimately reach your goals. I will try and talk slower this time because I also realized that I spoke a little fast in the last one, so make sure that you can keep up with me. I will speak more slowly. Anyways, so looking at our programming for this week, we've got our weightlifting, gymnastics, and metabolic conditioning items listed here. I want to start off first by explaining why those are important. I drew our little CrossFit pyramid here, which will show you kind of how the program was developed and why it is successful when done properly. So you can see here our base, our biggest piece, our foundation is nutrition. I realize not everyone is to the point where we're talking about nutrition with you. So when you're ready, when you're done plateauing with where you currently are and when you want to see more results and you want to be in better sync with your body, let us know and we can help you address your nutritional challenges and help you find things that are better aligned with your daily habits, from work to working out, sleep, what works for and against your body, all those things. Anyway, so that's nutrition. Next up we have our metabolic conditioning. This is a runner, someone doing double unders, and that is a burpee. That is not someone dying. That is just part of our metabolic conditioning with our burpees. Here we've got our gymnastics, our weightlifting, and our sport. So our sport would be something that you specialize in. So I know that we have a couple, we have Karina, right? Karina Gonzalez. She comes in the evening sometimes and in the morning. She is a dancer. She has had different knee pain issues or other things that we've worked with her on through her fitness here, but ultimately it's to improve her sport. It's so that she can continue dancing without knee pain or with less knee pain, so that we can also show her proper movements, so that maybe the one little thing that's been a hang up in dance class, by giving her a proper movement pattern for her body, she can adjust and no longer have those issues. So a gain outside of the gym and in her special sport. If we were training a soccer player, then ultimately we would want to make sure that the metabolic conditioning, gymnastics, and weightlifting here, combined with proper nutrition, would help them in their desired sport. Again, like Maria's son, Manuel, he's doing football right now. So if he was coming into classes, we would want to make sure that all of these things are ultimately working to help him improve in his sport. Now, we all know that by finally getting in and really focusing on your metabolic conditioning, your gymnastics, and your weightlifting, ultimately you're going to be stronger overall, so those are going to positively impact your sport. But so nutrition and sport. Nutrition is the biggest foundation here. Sport is the specialty programming, the specialty work that you do. So that would be individualized to each person. Now, these are the three things that we provide you with. These are the things that we make available to you. We work on our weightlifting, gymnastics, and Metcon, whether it's through a strength cycle, a 1-rep max day that we're doing, or our Metcons. As you guys know, we have recently switched over our programming so that we are focusing more on one task a day, or one type of workout a day. With those workouts, you still get your weightlifting component, especially if you're following our instruction on lifting heavier than you're used to. So if you normally grab the 35-pound kettlebell and we say, hey, today's a heavy day, that's going and grabbing the 53-pound kettlebell. It's a matter of, you're not feeling quite up to par, so you don't know that you can do 90% of your 1-rep max, but 80% still feels pretty heavy for today, so that's what we're going to go with on a strength day. Any of those things will continue to allow you to build your strength. It's just not a set Windler program or anything like that we've done in the past where 3 days a week we're doing a specific lift. But overall, our weightlifting program does still focus on strength. So this week, I've laid out how many times you're going to be doing these different lifts so you can see it in black and white. Get it? Black and white. Anyways, so today, or this week, we're going to be working on our clean, whether it's a hang power clean, a squat clean, or a regular power clean from the ground. We'll be working on our cleans 4 different days. Our jerk, we will be working on our jerk 2 different days. So again, whether that's a push jerk, a split jerk, whatever it may be, we'll have an opportunity to work on that twice this week. Deadlifts 1 time this week, and we will be doing some front squats and some pause front squats this week. So there's another opportunity to get some weightlifting in. Next up, we have our gymnastics. So our gymnastics are going to be our pull-ups, ring rows, ring dips, and our muscle-ups. As you can see, we've got pull-ups and ring rows twice this week. We've got ring dips and muscle-ups once this week. So again, an opportunity to kind of spread yourself out, try new things. If you always do pull-ups, maybe one of these days we try, if you always do pull-ups with a band, maybe one of these days that we have pull-ups or ring rows on, we try elevated ring rows. Maybe we try lat pull downs with a green band, with 2 green bands and a couple of black bands. Maybe we try jumping pull-ups. You know, change it up. Don't get stuck in your lull of, okay, today's a pull-up day. I always use the green band. Let me go get the green band and set that up. Okay, these are kind of easy. I'm not really challenging myself. You're not going to continue to progress from there. If that's what you want, you just want to come in and work out and get your stuff done, then that's fine. But if you're telling me or Sean or Brandon that, hey, I really want to get pull-ups, how do I get pull-ups? And then you're never challenging yourself on the pull-ups or trying new things, then you're not going to be able to progress. You're going to plateau. So use these days as opportunities to continue to challenge yourself. Ring dips. We've got ring dips in the workout today with some strict ring dips. So if you've never been able to do ring dips, go ahead and try them. Warm yourself up with a band and then try and do a couple without a band. Try some tricep dips to warm up your shoulders first. Make sure your pecs are stretched out. Make sure you're ready to go and then try something. Or as Amy and I have been saying, let's play a little. Let's play and see what we can do, okay? The final thing that we have set up here that we will make available to you this week is our metabolic conditioning. So we've got our burpees, running, double unders, and sit-ups. I have sit-ups on here for this week under metabolic conditioning because on the day that we do have sit-ups programmed, it's gonna be a shorter rep scheme. So it's something that you want to just power through. It's something that you want to do them as fast as possible and not worry about pacing yourself so much on the sit-ups. Double unders are another great one. If you are struggling with your doubles, if you go through a workout and let's say, it's 30 double unders and it's a 5-minute time cap and you're like, man, I really want to get on to the next thing and I have to do these double unders first, it's going to be really hard. Yeah, it's going to be really hard, but do it. Otherwise, you're never gonna progress. It's not always easy, but when we struggle through those things and when we figure out our timing, when we figure out how to breathe and how to jump properly so that way we can maintain our pace, that's when things start to click. That's when the light bulb goes off, and that's when you will be able to do 30 double unders with no problem in 45 seconds in the next workout. The only way we can get there is if we push through it and try. So don't skip out and say, okay, well, I did 15 double unders, I'm gonna do the rest in singles. Yeah, I'll triple it up, that's fine, because I know I can go really fast with those. Suck it up, buttercup, get it done, do the doubles, challenge yourself. On the runs, today we've got a 200-meter run. That is not a rest period, it's 200 meters. Try and beat Amy's time today of 54 seconds on her 200-meter run. Granted, that was the last one, but she still did it. So try and challenge yourself. Check the clock as you finish up your pull-ups and then head outside, check the clock as soon as you get back. See how long it took you. Don't just make it something that's easy. You come here, you pay your membership every month. You are here to see results. The only way you see results is if you challenge yourself and push yourself. So do it. Show up, push yourself, challenge yourself, and see results. And then last up are burpees. Make sure that you know how to do a burpee. Sounds simple, right? You lay yourself down on the ground, you stand up, you clap overhead. Some people clap behind their head or don't clap or whatever we do. Not right, but clap over your head. Make sure you're doing it efficiently. Your burpee, you should be laying down and it should be a nice quick snap together, bringing your feet as close to your hands as possible and stand. Jump up at the top to make sure you open your hips. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, ask me. Ask Sean. Let us show you how to be efficient with the burpee to make it a little less sucky, right? They are never fun. Anyways, so this gives you a glimpse of what we're doing today. We've got 4, 6, so we've got 8 weightlifting segments, right? Yep. We've got 6 gymnastic segments and 8 and 9 metabolic conditioning or cardio, I think is what most of us would understand that as cardio days. So that's what we give you. We give you an opportunity to hit all of these things this week. This isn't a weekly average for the last 10 weeks or anything. This is legitimately our programming for this week. This is what you'll see. So now the next step is the effort that you put in. That's what's going to make this programming worthwhile, right? If I come in and I'm like, okay, well, today's a weightlifting day, but I don't really want to lift heavy. I don't really want to stress myself out. I don't want to put myself under these loads. Well, then you're not going to see the effects that you want to see from weightlifting. If you come in, stick to the program, do what we're telling you to do, challenge yourself a little bit, then yeah, you are going to see gains from that. Same with the metabolic conditioning. If I'm yelling at you, run faster, Lori, and you look at me, flip me the bird, and just keep trotting, well, yeah, running's not going to get any easier for you. By the way, Lori, good job on your running last Saturday with the 7 rounds. Lori was able to maintain a 1:50 pace on the 400-meter runs, which is a big deal for Lori. If any of you have worked out with her or have not, speed typically is a challenge for Lori, so way to step it up. Anyways, so make sure that when you're coming in that you're ready to put in the work. Listen to what we're trying to tell you, pay attention to what we're trying to show you, so that way you actually see progress. If you've noticed some of the posts that we've been making with different people excelling in movements, and you're like, well, gosh, I want that to be me. Well, here's how. Show up, do the work, ask questions, let us help you. Let us make you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Next step would be, my next question would be, so this is what we do here, right? So we've got, let's see. So in 1 hour, most of you, let's be honest, I only see your name on the board maybe 3 times a week, myself included. Okay, so that's 3 hours. Each day, we've got another 23 hours that we're not at the gym. See how quick my math is. So 3, 6, 9. So the other 69 hours in a 3-day period. What are you doing? So if you only show up to the gym 3 days a week, oh, this is actually way more hours than that, but anyways, let's just talk about 3 days. You show up 3 days a week. You work out for 3 hours, which, I mean, let's be honest, some of that's shooting the shit with whoever shows up. Some of that is a nice little Frankenstein stretch that's nice and slow, not really getting our heart rate up. So, typically that's going to be like 5 to maybe 30 minutes of working out. Okay, so we show up for those 3 hours. 69 hours within that 3-day period. What are you doing? Are we like sitting down all hunched over? Are we, pressing and we're hyperextending as we're putting boxes up on a shelf? Are we standing kicked out, not really paying attention to what our core is doing? Are we doing things that aren't beneficial to our body? Chances are yes. Pay attention to how you're sitting at your desk. I know a lot of you guys have Monday through Friday 8 to 5 desk jobs or office jobs. Are we sitting here so that our shoulders are constantly in that internal rotation position, not helping our mobility at all? Chances are yes, we are. Check yourself right now. So if we're not pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves in these 3 areas when we are in the gym, and then for the other 69 hours in a 3-day period, we're not doing anything to help ourselves, what are we doing? My other question would be, pardon me. All right, pretty sure I just swallowed a bug. Anyways, so if we're not doing anything beneficial movement-wise in these other 69 hours a day, or for 3 days, what are we doing with our nutrition during those days? Chances are the majority of you aren't paying attention to your nutrition, or you think you are, but you haven't ever had anyone show you what your food really looks like, right? I remember talking with Dave when we started our New You Challenge in January, and him saying, oh yeah, I normally have like 2 or 3 eggs a morning along with, a couple of other food items. The eggs are what sticks out to me. I want to say it was probably like eggs and maybe some avocado and some sort of vegetable. And I pointed out to him, well, that's great. I mean, you're eating good foods, but the portions are off, because our eggs aren't just protein. Our eggs are very high in fat. So at that point, he and I discussed adding some egg whites to his eggs, and doing 1 egg and some egg whites, or 2 eggs and some egg whites, cutting down the fat content that you would have on your eggs by gaining more protein. So anyways, if you don't know what you're actually doing here, you think you're eating healthy, you think you're eating clean, you might really be hurting yourself here. Again, if we're not putting in the work that we need to here in this 3 hours, we're not doing functional movements here in the 69 hours, and then we're not doing proper nutrition, then we're really selling ourselves short. So more than anything, this is just to kind of open your eyes up to what we provide to you, what we make available to you. I wanted to point out the fact that you have to show up and do the work. We love seeing you guys here, but we can't help you if you're not putting in the work and putting in the effort that we are requesting of you. So make sure that you are. And then furthermore, it's to let you know that if you are starting to plateau, or if you're not seeing gains as quickly as you would like to, which, I mean, realistically, that's why we're here, right? We either want to look better naked, we want to lift heavier, or we want to be able to run around faster with our kids or our friends or whoever. If you're starting to plateau and not seeing those results anymore, let us know. Let's talk about what we can really do. Sean and I would be more than happy to do a nutrition consultation with you. Sit down, look at your food intake, talk about what's really happening, talk about any issues you might be having, and help you progress. If you guys have any questions, if you want to know a little bit more about what I'm talking about, or if you have a topic that you would like for Sean or I to talk to you about through a podcast, through a video, just let us know. We want to use this means of communication to get more information out to you guys that you could possibly listen to as you're driving over here, as you're sitting at your desk doing that monotonous job that you have to do, that you don't need full attention to, or anything like that. Any free time you have in the day where you can listen. We'd love to talk to you guys about things that you care about, and explain how and why we do the things that we do. So anyways, here's a sneak peek at your programming for the week, right? There you go. You don't have to wait until 8 o'clock tonight. It's all there. We've got weightlifting, gymnastics, metabolic conditioning. You need to figure out this and this. Have a good day, guys. See you a little later.